you go through the new generation era of the WWF, Sparky plug. There's also a time when you're in the new Midnight Express. That doesn't end up going too long, but soon after that's all over, you end up being in this group known as the Job Squad, which is the shirt that I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, nice shirt, by the way.
You're welcome. We spoke to Al Snow last week, and we talked to him about the Job Squad and the run that group had. When you found out you were going to be in a group called the Job Squad, what was your initial reaction?
Oh, I was glad. I was happy because it was like, finally, they're going to put me in something and do something with me.
Yeah, that's
Because you
what I
just,
was
the
thinking.
thing is, yeah, and it's like, the thing is, it's like, you just want to be involved in something, because if you're not involved in anything, it's actually boring.
Yeah.
Because it's not any fun just going out there and just being a utility guy and going out there and putting guys over. And because you don't make any money doing that, because you're not in any pay-per-views, you're not in any angles or anything like that, or any storylines. And so it made it tough. And Russo, I think it was Russo and Al actually came up with the Job Squad and went to Russo with it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That's how it went down. And Al can correct me on that, but I know Al came up with the idea.
Yeah.
And so they came to me and said, "Hey, we want you part of the Job Squad." And I was like, "Hell yeah, why not?" So, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was really fun getting to do, silly things and stuff.
Did you see it as an opportunity? You're going to be put in this group with these guys where they weren't doing much, like Scorpio, etc. You see this as an opportunity. Okay, now I'm on TV. Now I'm doing something. I could possibly be the breakout star from this group by showing what I've got, and this is how I'm going to be able to come out of this group when it eventually ends.
Yeah, and it's funny because I never thought of it like that, because I was just basically, as they say, you get lost in the shuffle. So I was lost in the shuffle. I actually still didn't know who I really was as far as character-wise, because the race car gimmick, yes, I was a legit race car driver, but I was not happy being that character, because Vince wanted me, this race car character, just this happy-go-lucky guy. And in racing, it's not like that. Your mood is a roller coaster in racing, because one week you could win, one week, the next week you destroy your race car. You're on top of the world one week, the next week you're at the bottom.
Yeah.
And so it's an emotional roller coaster. And also, you may win, and if you don't win the next week and you finish 10th or whatever, your car is not performing as you would want it to, because you went the wrong direction with adjustments and stuff like that. That race car dictates your mood. If the race car is running good, then you're looking forward to the race. And if it's not running good and not handling properly, you just basically just try to get through the race so you can move on to the next week and fix whatever was wrong with it. So I was lost in the shuffle, essentially. And with that character, with the Vince wanting this character to be a happy-go-lucky guy, race car driver, and it's that's just not the way it is in racing. And so when we decided to go the different direction with the character, and when I asked Vince if we could just drop the name and I could just be Bob Holly, that's when I just kind of got lost in the shuffle, and I was trying to find myself in wrestling. Where do I belong in this massive company as a wrestler? I have to try to find my fit somewhere. And that takes time. And actually, I credit Vince, because he's the one that came up with the name because of how rough I was. And then when they came up with the hardcore gimmick, it was a perfect fit for me, because I just like physical things. And with the Job Squad, getting back to your question, with the Job Squad, I never thought of it as an opportunity to be a breakout star, to use this opportunity to get myself over. Yes, it's every man for himself in the wrestling business, but also I wanted to be loyal to Al, because he put this thing together, and I wanted it to work for all of us, because Scorpio, Blue Meanie, myself, Al, I liked everybody that was involved in it. And we all got along fantastic. And that was the beauty of that gimmick. And we always bounced ideas off of each other. Al was the brain trust of the whole thing anyways. And Al always has such great ideas. I've learned a lot from Al. I mean, a ton from Al. And I just never thought of the Job Squad as a platform to break away from these guys.
Right,
I was living in the moment with them, and whatever happens, happens. And
right
so
on.
and so whenever, it's like, because I mean, the wrestling business, you're supposed to be selfish, and I didn't feel like I was selfish. And the reason being is because I thought of us, all four of us, as a group, a team that I wanted to stay loyal to, and I didn't want to be like, hey, this is going to be about me before it's over with. I didn't think like that at all. I just wanted to ride the wave, and then wherever it goes from there, that's where it goes.